Right then, don't know what video which number this is, but I just had to change the battery, so it shows I've done quite a bit of videoing because the camera was fully charged when I left this morning. I've just had to put another battery in. I carry about 3 charged batteries with me, which is handy for this camera. And of course I always carry a charger as well, and also for the mobile I've got the charging device with its own lead. Things you've got to think of when you're out. I mean, I've been out before now and not been able to do anything because I've either haven't charged up properly or forgot the lead. Yeah, that happened to me once. I forgot the lead. I took everything but not put the lead in. Now I keep one lead and it never gets taken out of the bag. For the camera, for the Sony. So we're going down Happy Valley. I've done a bit of a quiet walk as well, showing a bit of my feet walking on the leaves, on the gorgeous leaves, the sun up there. Happy Valley, it's what I liked about this place. It was only a couple of years ago I came up it for the first time, and it was beautiful. It was spring. It was lush green. It was peaceful. It was so beautiful, and I didn't know where it would take me. I didn't know where it would come out or anything, and I just absolutely loved it. Now since then there has been a lot of hacking and sawing and clearing, by the way, and of course this is autumn, so we missed the autumn display from the trees, and nearly all lost their leaves now. But and it's quite an unused track, by the way. You don't see many. Well, I don't think they're supposed to come down here on bikes. I haven't seen any tracks. Basically, the horses come down here, and that's when I found out that it's called Happy Valley. And I noticed on the board further back there is a place called Happy Valley, so this could be the one. There's I can't see a bike there. You probably get the odd one that comes down here. But it's more humpy bumpy. That's probably why it's a harder route for the bikes, because it's unpredictable with holes and sudden holes and things like that, you know. Yeah, I can feel that crisp cold air on my fingers. Just starting to feel it a little bit, because we've been out of the sun for a while now, and we're mainly going downhill, so we're not generating as much heat. We're nearly at the bottom now, and then when we're at the bottom we've just turned down another little track where all the ash dieback, a lot of this that has been removed is ash dieback, by the way, and there was a lot of it where we'll be going in a minute. And then we'll join up on a track near the fort, near Dolebury Hill Fort. We'll be and joining then up back on where we started, a small section where we walk up through Dolebury, you know, and we would have had a sufficient walk on this colder day. That's what we think anyway. After this, I'm trying not to get too muddy, because basically I've got to go in a shop, because I didn't put the mud proofs on. So far, not too bad. I haven't got too muddy. And you wait now, I'll probably fall in a pile of mud or something, you know what I mean? So yeah, lovely walk. Beautiful walk, beautiful. I remember when I first seen this avenue of trees, and first of all, you weren't allowed up here. They actually said no entry for a while. I don't know why that was, but now it's opened up. But still a lot of people. I'll never see anyone on it apart from horses. I haven't ever passed a person with a dog or anything. I've had it to myself, and I've seen it in all seasons. See, horse poo. And the ravens keep me company. Hi Sheila, we know you're here. Yeah, I know. Lovely ravens. That echo they've got in their voice, that special part of their voice box they've got that make that distinctive echo sound of the raven as opposed to the crow. Not quite sure about the rook and the jackdaw. I know magpies are very noisy. They got their own distinctive noise, magpies. And jays. Jays are quite a noisy bird, along with the blackbird. But I haven't seen a blackbird or a thrush. They used to be common. When I grew up, blackbirds were as common as starlings, but even the starlings and the sparrows are less now. It's a worry, really, isn't it? Now, we'll be down at a junction point in a minute with different routes to different parts of Rowberrow Warren. If I wanted to link back up with the stream I was on earlier, I would go bear very left, curl back round and take a path that would take me down. But we're not going back on the route we came. I like to do circulars. If we go right here, that'll take us right round all of this onto various routes that we can do if we were out for the day. So I'm just got to swing the camera for a minute while I take a picture before we leave this happy valley. Come on, that's it. Gives you 3 seconds. It makes that noise. It gives you 3 seconds. On the last one, you hold dead still, and if you can, hold your breath. Because what happens, it will take a perfect still picture for you. Right, so we're not going right. Lots of tracks come off that way if you go there. We're going left just for a short period, and then we're going down through that coombe there. So we're saying goodbye to Happy Valley. A lot of people just keep on these main tracks, you see, and they don't always venture off. I mean, there are other tracks which are extremely muddy, and I have done them, but they're very, very squelchy and muddy, and you really got to be prepared to get covered in mud. Like here, there's an old route going up through there, and then when you get up the top, there's another really mucky route. See, it's even signposted, like number 1, look. Bikers. So we're not going up there, otherwise we'd go back to the stream. We're going down here, folks. So I'm going to take some more photos while I'm here. Happy Valley over there. We're going to go down and join our path back to Churchill, back to the little hamlet, to the pubs. Yeah, my fingers are quite cold. What I should really do is get my other gloves out. My tips of my fingers are really quite cold, actually. Which has happened since we come down into the less sunny areas. There's some lovely tall pines here as well as we go down this track. Yeah, they're very popular, these tall pines. This is a nice little way down here, but it can get boggy as well. and it does branch off into several areas that you can link up on different paths. This one does branch off, depending where you want to go, depending what stage of the walk you're in. So because we're doing a type of circular, except for the very initial stage where we have to go back down, it's just a small section. Of course, later on we have to cross the very busy A38, which is a very, very busy road, indeed. But we'll probably be going back through Barnwell, because there's a lot of roadworks on the hospital side of Weston, with huge queues, and by the time I get back, and people coming out of school and work, that will be very, very tailback for a while, I should think. So although I could normally avoid Barnwell and go back along the A38 through Rooksbridge that way and then pick up the Western Road, because of that traffic jam, which was quite big this morning when I was going out, not for me, but people trying to get into Weston. It was chock-a-block, lorries, well, you know, everybody. I got stuck in quite a few traffic jams, or nearly. Some I've avoided because I know the ways around them, and so do other people, and sometimes we all got stuck again because we thought, oh, I'll go that way, I know a way, you know. And apparently last week the village of Middlesoy, which is more like a hamlet these days, was chock-a-block with a small village in the middle of nowhere. Chock-a-block with big lorry. Everyone, the motorway was shut both ways for 24 hours. And there was a backlog of, when they were gradually letting them off the motorway, there was a backlog of traffic. And they were finding any way they could to get out. It's dark in there, isn't it? Dark and creepy. Of course, we'll be going back close to that cave again on the way back that I was telling you about. There's probably more than one of those. You know. The old mining area, of course, for those that perhaps never followed me before. Rowberrow didn't always have these trees here. You probably know that. It was where the miners, lead miners and some other substance they were after, you know, about 200 years, the Victorians, the Romans, they were all out on the Mendips. It was a rich source of lead. God, what was the other name of that other stuff that they wanted? I can't remember it at the moment. But I've got to take a picture of this, yeah. I just need to take some pictures here. So I'll turn off for a second. Right then, so we've come down, we've left Happy Valley up that way, past the big tall trees. Here's a lovely little, look at that, it's even got like a little lip coming out where the water's flowing. Isn't it lovely? Like a little pool as well, a miniature one, which we'll be meeting when we get down the bottom probably. This could even be the diverted water from the other stream, you know, to make sure that there's plenty of water down this side. Up there, the top of that tree, there's loads of mistletoe. If I go up there, look, I can get that in. Balls of mistletoe, folks. Getting ready for Christmas. We've had quite a bit of snow up in the Midlands and Scotland, of course. Lincoln's been covered in snow. It's been on the telly. Somebody I know up there said it looks pretty, but you know. We don't really get it down. To be quite honest, we do. We have had some really, in 2018 and 2013 were 2 years where we had quite a lot of snow and road blockages and all sorts. But we don't really get it much, and it doesn't normally stay long. See all this here, this hedgerow here, all cut down. This was the ash. These used to be tall, beautiful ash trees along here. There's a few they've left because they do want them to do self-immunity. So they've left the odd one, look. The odd ash has been left. But oh, there was a whole avenue. Gorgeous ash here, which I will have on video in previous years, before they got it. You know. But they're trying to get some to make them come back. And they give them a chance, I think, like them there. Unless they just haven't got round to them yet. But I know in Longwood, a place called Longwood, near Cheddar, they've isolated the whole wood from humans, even covering up the path so no one can go in there. And they're deliberately allowing the wood to heal on its own without having to cut everything down. They want the trees to be able to use their own immunity for the future, because if they don't learn how to do it, you know, then they could all die out. So they've put signs up, please don't come in here. You know, that's what they're saying. So I had my last visits just before they put the final barricades up to go there, because I did like going to Longwood. Another beautiful, peaceful place. The last time I went there, I was walking along on a path high up, and I heard this huge cracking and banging, and it was a tree just literally falling over. It was actually becoming dangerous for the public to actually go in there. Now from here what can I see? For a minute I thought it was a big tunnel. It's funny how your eyes can play optical illusions. Over there's a dark hole. It looks like a tunnel, doesn't it? But it's actually a log, I believe. It's just funny how your eyes can conjure up shapes that don't exist. It's what it looked like from back there. As I approach, I can see it's still very dark. Anyway, Rowberrow Warren. We're going into Dolebury Warren now. So goodbye, Rowberrow. This track here is the skirts. I had quite a battle going along there in the summer when it was so overgrown. Now we're back on the path now that takes us back to where we started our walk this morning. And that dark shape there gave me optical illusions further back. It was so dark it looked like that was a tunnel there. And in a minute, when we just get down there, we'll be at the fork that I took this morning that took me to the pink cottage. Apple Tree Cottage it's called. It's just down here. So this is where we will link up with the earlier route. The sun will start to go down. It's 5 to 2. I won't be listening to the Archers, as I mean I listen to the Archers at 7 o'clock, but it comes on in the afternoon if you miss it. Here's our stream. Nice little photo area to take here. So I'm just going to swing the camera a minute. I'll get used to it, everyone. Saves having to turn it off every time. And we can do a bit of a stream as well. Yeah, and of course that's the hill fort up there. That's the hill fort up there, folks. That's the hill fort. We climbed up there. We're skirting the base of it. Dolebury hill fort, don't forget, although I've called it Rowberrow hill fort a lot, and so do other people. But as we know, Rowberrow hill fort and camp is where the tall pine trees are. So we you know, I might have known that before, but I might have forgotten. But I don't think I have. I feel like I've only just learnt that today after seeing that plaque. Lots of holly up here. And old stone walls, look. Any treasure? No. They don't seem to be bothering doing these walls, although there was a little patch that they did with their training people, I suppose. But look at what they'd have to clear first to even get to these old walls now. You know. So you imagine when they were new, and maybe a lot of these trees weren't here either. And none of these were here. And all this was hunting ground for the Iron Age and the Anglo-Saxon armies from the later on. Waiting for the Vikings to arrive. They did get to Somerset, the Vikings, you know, they had big battles on the Quantocks. I'm just letting my hands taking turns having a session in my pocket to try and warm up. I'm surprised how cold it is. There's no wind. I think they said it was going to be about 1 degree. I'm not cold bodily, no way. I've got a lovely warm hat on, lovely warm scarf, lovely warm wax padded jacket. It's quilted inside. I've only got quite thin jeans on really, but they're not too tight. They let the air circulate. I can actually do with some warmer winter jeans really. I was hoping to get some corduroy ones. I haven't seen corduroy for quite a while. I used to like my corduroys and my velvet jeans. Velvet things I used to wear. I'm not really into wearing those tight slacky things, although they'd be quite good for going under these for a double layer, you know. When it's really cold, put double layers on, I do. I've got a very good t-shirt on under my winter jumper at the moment. Of course they all go away. I wash them all, they all go away for the summer and they all get put in airbags, vacuum bags and stored away. I've got a really good jumper at home. Well, I've got two. Zara gave me for my birthday a brand new jumper to do with Elon Musk. I don't know if he sent it to her, but it's got a picture of a big dog on it and Deutsch. I haven't worn it yet. It's black with a hood with a picture of this big dog on it. And it does look too big for me really, but it might be handy around the house. I'm going to try it out. Here we've got the hill fort. I stopped here earlier this morning to take some photos at this gate. I'm going to turn off a minute and take a picture.